Hello and welcome to the second episode of Notes from Home. I'm Nilofer, features writer with Better Photography magazine. Today I'll be showing you a few images that I've made at home with the help of this. So basically I have been photographing whatever I find interesting at home through the help of the pen book and the learning. Uh, I this idea came to me when I wanted to take a break from the usual photographs that I make. Um, and I wanted to create something that's a little different. So this sort of did help me to achieve that. I'll just show you the images. So this is a self-portrait that I've made. Uh, Here, besides opening up the shadows and the highlights, I have not really uh, used any effect. So I have been making all these photographs with the help of my cell phone. And here, what I've done is basically keeping the pendant at such a distance that it helps to create this whitewash effect. So once I realize how the pendant is, I can walk around it. I started photographing people at home. So this is my mom. Unfortunately, that particular day she was sitting against the light, and I had to open up the shadows a lot. So because of that, you can see the noise, which is very prominent towards the edges. Again, I had to uh, tweak the image a little. Since I'm shooting through an object, the image in the end tends to be a little hazy. So I have to increase the contrast sometimes, sharpen it a little. Whatever works according to the image that I'm making, or whatever works to achieve the result that I have in my head. Uh, After a point, I tried to make photographs of objects or anything that I found interesting. So this is a ladybug, which I've shot again with the same technique. But since the bug was moving a lot, what I did was making several different photographs. So here I realized that in one picture the effect was very prominent, while in the other picture it wasn't so much. So then again I used double exposure for it to like really stand out to give you an idea of what this is. I had to open up the shadows a little, sharpen up the image because it wasn't too visible uh, before the edit. This is a view from my balcony. As you can see towards the bottom, there is too much. Uh, I had to open the shadows a lot so you can make sure that these are the buildings, which gives the effect of it melting away. Um, Here, what I've done is, beside the usual editing, I've also played around with the white balance. You can see towards the bottom right, there is a bag. So basically, that is the reflection of the room behind me. I made this image I think a few days ago. Here again, use the same technique, but uh, since I was shooting at 4x zoom with my cell phone, uh, the noise was too prominent, and I wasn't able to get the kind of effect that I had in my mind. So I've used double exposure here so that the crosses are scattered all across the frame. This is the last image in the set. The image on the right, I have used, I think, 2x zoom so that I can get all the buildings properly, whereas the image on the left is basically a wide angle view. Uh, I wanted to create this effect of vertigo, so I realized that with the lights on, it's going to look a little different. Besides opening up the shadows, here I have also pumped up the contrast and a little bit of saturation that gives the effect of uh, deep blue. So that's it for me. Hope to see you next week again.